Oh my God.
Absolutely not.
Hi, and welcome to episode 3 of Studio B. I'm here with Oh No It's Mustard Gas. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Dan, the drummer.
I'm Jared, I'm bass.
Matt, lead guitar.
I'm Roman, I sing.
Doug, guitar.
I guess my first question, would you guys like to talk about how you started playing music and how you kind of got together as a band?
I plead the fifth on that one. I'm not going to answer that.
Dan and Doug are brothers, and they started playing instruments when they were in, what, middle school?
Yeah.
About middle school.
I was 12.
I actually started playing with Dan when I was about 13 or 14. We had a band going on at that time. And then they kept playing throughout the years in a couple different bands. They ended up playing in a band. They ended up playing in a band. And then I moved back home after a while, and then we started playing in a band.
We've all played together
And
numerous
then-
times.
And then he came back and ended up in our band. And then he moved back home from North Carolina, ended up in the band. So it's like we started out kind of together, floated apart, and all came back together.
Yeah, I feel like the past 15 years.
Culmination of all the
Yeah,
bands.
like the past 15 years, like we've all been like in bands together at one point or another. So we kind of know how each other work and like.
Well, we all went to the same school. And grew up in
Yeah,
the same
we all grew
town,
up together
so-
and everything.
How long have you guys been together then in just this band?
This band is
Going on to
Well,
3 years?
as
3.
us,
As
but,
this band would be going on 3 years. As this group
Lineup.
right here.
but we started it almost a year and a half before.
I think it was 2 before
these
that.
two joined.
I think it
We
was
did have
2
one other
years.
bass player at one point, but so it's been about 4 years or so.
So I'm interested. What was the inspiration for the name?
Well, we
Matt?
spent a long time without a name. Doug and Dan were set on the name Brad Putz, which
I still love.
it's funny when you first hear it, but after a while you're like, no, I don't want to be in that band. I don't want to be in Brad Putz. But I'm sitting there one night.
You do. I totally do.
I was watching the movie Joe Dirt one night, and there's that scene where the kid does a chemical experiment and it blows up and all the kids are getting poisoned, and one kid's like, oh no, deadly mustard gas. I'm like, oh, that's kind of a cool name for a band, so I stole it from that movie.
Nice.
It's very
short
like
skinny of it.
late 90s, like just name a band like really long, like a whole
Thank you. Now we're going to get sued.
It stood out more than anything.
Like Lexus
no,
Jumps.
because it's not the same.
Yeah, like
He doesn't
Lexus.
say it exactly.
I cut out one of the words, so
I
it's fair game.
Yeah, but you said you got it from there. There's
Copyright
proof now.
infringement.
Got
It was
the idea from
inspired.
there.
It was an inspiration.
It was
Okay.
inspiration.
Okay.
That movie is very inspiring.
So what's your guys' favorite / most proud song?
Dan loves Lazy Couch.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha!
That's gonna be
God, I
like
hate that song.
Grammy nominated best song
I don't know, honestly,
of the 21st century.
I think Post Amble is probably one of our
Intricate songs,
Yeah,
most fun to
I agree.
play.
most fun to play. It's got the best music in it, I think, and the
Everybody
lyrics work
seems to
Came
perfectly
together
with
the
it,
best.
and it works out real good as a. A song that we played during our set, 'cause people really seem to know it and like it.
Yeah, and that's not even like a ska or a punk song. It's just a good rock song. If you actually listen to it and like break it down, it's just a really good, fast-paced rock song. And they like my favorite is still like our is Big Band Theory, because it's kind of the essence of everything. It's ska, it's fast, it's punk, it's everything.
Right. Yeah.
That was the one that we really pushed to be like this song, like, oh, you gotta come see Oh No It's Mustard Gas. They have this song that is ska, and they're trying to do this ska thing, and we always try to close with it. And yeah, it's like that first one we'd really try to push.
Addicted to recording it, and I think that turned out awesome.
Yeah, I like that too.
I actually listened to that one last night.
It's catchy. Like, that's the one thing I hate about the song is, like, we say "oh no" as like the hook in it, but it gets it in your head.
It does.
It just drills it in there. that's what I hear after I listen to it for like a day. It's just, oh no.
Subliminally, I want to have like, oh no, in like every single song. And
Right, yeah, it's somewhere. Oh,
like,
no.
no, I can't get it out of my freaking head, man.
It's like that for everybody too.
What's kind of your guys' musical inspirations?
I couldn't even tell you.
I
There's
just
too many.
name off-
I really don't listen to
I was gonna
music,
say,
so
that's a trick question because
Yeah.
you can go back and forth for days in different genres and people and you know
Okay.
who we actually take and put into this band. But really, as far as like what we take and put into the band itself, it's us. Just like the different bands we've been in throughout the years, the way we play in general.
Yeah, you
the
can
stuff-
see it.
It's just the natural way we write as a group. You know, it's not necessarily like we're trying to be one band or anything like that. We have our own sound as far as ska punk goes. I mean, we don't sound like first wave or second wave or third wave. We don't sound just like a punk band or anything like that. It's kind of just us.
Yeah, I like
what happens when we got together.
I like calling it ska rock because we're not
Skrock.
like skrock. Yeah. Oh, I like that skrock.
That's pretty cool.
Because it's not. Yeah, we're not like that traditional like fast hardcore punk scene, but we don't have like we're not the the Boston's or like something like say Ferris or something like
Fishbone
that.
or anything like
Yeah,
that.
something like that, or like a Jam or something. Because like my influence is everything excluding like country. I listen to like old ska music from like the late 40s, early 50s and listen to it and collect it like most people listen to and collect jazz music. But that's just me. But then like the next day I'll put on like the hip hop station, because I like hip hop. But then the next day it's like, oh, you know what? I want to listen to classical music today, or I want to listen to some random 90s band that only had one hit, but then I listened to the whole album when I was a kid. It's like, this album's great!
Do you have any upcoming shows, or have you had any recent shows?
May 6th
Yeah.
and May 20th at Bobby's
When's
Place.
Dan Fest?
Yeah, Dan Fest.
Dan Fest.
August 13th in Girard.
Okay.
That's a big show.
That's a show that we put on ourselves.
Yeah,
but
it's a big
We
deal.
get like we get 2 semi-trailers and set up a big stage on top of it.
Nice.
And we play outdoors, so
And it's free.
it's a
good
fun
time.
time.
Yeah, it's free.
It's free.
Where at in Girard?
Drury Road.
Yeah.
Off of Route 18.
My backyard.
Yeah.
And I think we've got it set up with Basement Transmissions to do like almost like a bus service or a taxi
Yeah.
service type deal.
We're
working
trying-
on
to bring
we're
some of the
working
kids
on
from
it.
the city out there.
Yeah, we're gonna call it
Very cool.
the BT field trip to Dan Fest. So they're gonna
Nice.
pick up a bunch of kids from the city who otherwise wouldn't be able to make it all the way out to G-Town, and come out for a free show. Instead of Basement Transmission having a show that Saturday, they're gonna bus all the kids out to see some of the local bands out there. So. It should be a good time, like I said, it's free. We have we try and do at least what, like 6 bands?
6 bands.
6 bands is
general.
like comfortable, It's like the normal. We always want to put more on, but not more on bands, but more bands. Did you pick up that? Yeah, you like that one?
We're the
I
moron.
got
We
it.
are the moron band. Yeah.
Yeah, we came up with that, so yeah.
So this is pretty interesting. Can you tell me more about how you got involved with this?
That all goes back to
That's-
us
yeah.
just playing in bands and being from West County. We couldn't always make it in when we were like 15 or 16, so Dan wanted to put on a show in his backyard for all of his friends to play.
On his
Yeah.
birthday.
Right.
And
Well, it wasn't on my birthday, but that was kind of what
It was kind of like the idea was like around
First
your
one was
birthday.
invitation
you know,
only.
they did it the first
was-
year, and then they did it again the next year, and again the next year, and then there's only a couple of years where you didn't really do it.
We did it all the way up through 06,
Mm-hmm.
and then we didn't do it again until 2012.
But
And then we skipped a year after that, and then
That's when you bought your house. So.
yeah, I was.
it's
busy
evolved
year.
though. Like they used to play on old like trailers for hauling
Utility
lawn equipment
trailers.
and stuff like that, and now we're doing 50-foot flatbeds.
The one thing is like there is a lot of people that come, but it's all day, so it's like you never see everybody who's comes
At
to
the
the
same
show
time.
at the same time because it's like come and go, come and go, come and go all day
We're all
long.
day.
So
Where do you guys see yourself in 5 years?
Like as people or a band?
As a
Because
band.
I could never answer that question in high school. I don't
No.
think I can answer it now.
Do you guys see yourself staying together, I guess?
I don't
In the
think
future?
we have any plans of not being together right now. So
yeah, I think we're all. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know for me in my life, we're kind of all at the points of our lives of like we're hanging out because we're friends, having a good time, playing music. There really isn't any type of outside agenda for like, oh, we have to do this, we have to do
There's
that.
thoughts.
There's
but
thoughts and there's like small projects like Dan Fest, putting the album out, things like that. But now it's kind of like we're all older, So
It's hard.
Yeah, we all have lives
we
and
all
jobs.
have lives and jobs, and it's like
You're stuck in a routine, so the bands
Yeah.
become part of the routine.
It
Yeah.
is.
Mhm.
Why change a good thing?
yeah, exactly.
Right.
So in 5 years, it's like, yeah, awesome, cool. We have 5 more years of hanging out and playing music.